guys, Steffi this side, and today in this video we'll be taking a look at this case. This is MB520 RGB from Cooler Master, and if you're looking to build your own custom PC, I think you should watch this video. And this is not an expensive case, but it does offer almost everything that you're going to need, and of course it does look pretty cool. So let's talk about it. So in the box you get the case itself and a pack of nuts and bolts with which you can fix your motherboard, graphics card, power supply unit and the storage drives. Now taking a look at the case is made of steel, plastic, and the side panel is tempered glass. And this case supports ATX, micro ATX and mini ATX motherboards, and every hole inside this case is labeled for which motherboard they support. Well, that's always good to know. You have support for two 2.5-inch storage drives on the back side of this case, and on the bottom side you have additional two 3.5-inch hard drive bays, which you can also use to install 2.5-inch drives. So in total, this case supports 4 storage drives, and installing them is pretty easy as well. Now on the bottom of this case we have this power supply shroud where you can install your power supply unit and also the hard drives, and you can also use it to hide all the cables which might look messier otherwise. So it saves a lot of pain from cable management because you can just shove all the cables inside the shroud and give your PC a cleaner look. Then all the slots that are present inside this case are really thought of. On the top you have slots for your CPU 8-pin cable and the chassis fans. On the side you have slots for 24-pin eATX power connector that comes from your power supply unit and powers this entire motherboard. And on the bottom side you also have slots for your SATA cable that comes from your storage drives. On the bottom side you have slots for your front cable connections from this case. And on this power supply shroud you can see that there's a mesh here. This mesh allows the power supply unit to take fresh air from within this case, and then you can exhale that out or throw that out from the back side. And also on the power supply shroud we have this rubber grommet that allows you to route your PCIe cable from the power supply unit and to your graphics card. I think it looks pretty cool. So now let's talk about the fan support. On the top you can have two 120 or 140mm fans. We have here two 120mm fan installed. On the front side you can either have three 120mm fans or two 140mm fans. We have three 120mm fans installed here, which by the way comes pre-installed with this case. Then on the back side you have space for one 120mm fan, which also comes pre-installed with this case. This one is non-RGB, but if you are planning to go for an all-in-one liquid cooler for a processor, you can have 120 or 240mm rad on the top. The front supports 120mm, 240mm or 360mm rad, and the back side supports 120mm rad. So all in all, you have a flexible support for fans and radiators. And the front panel of this case includes two USB 3.0 ports, a backlit power button, a reset button, and a 3.5mm headphone and a microphone jack. So after all that basic stuff, let's talk about some of the things that I think are pretty sweet about this case. So first is the build quality. It does not look cheap at all. All the parts, screws, panels fit perfectly. Next, the side glass panel is actually glass, not plastic, and it is really heavy. And once you undo the thumb screws to take out the side panel, first, these screws don't come out completely. This way you can never lose them. And secondly, the panel does not fall off after you undo both the screws. To remove it, first slide it to the left and then lift it. That's really great and, well, of course, pretty safe. And this case can easily support long graphics card. You can see that there's enough room inside. And this case comes with 4 120mm fans pre-installed, 3 on the front side and 1 on the back side. The front fans are RGB and they come with a RGB hub as well, which can directly take power from a power supply unit through SATA cable. If your motherboard doesn't support a RGB header, of course. Then on the top side, this mesh is magnetic, which is really helpful and makes it very easy to clean. Then the front of this case is plastic and it has a black tint, which I think looks really cool. But like everything else, this case is not perfect. The bottom mesh to protect the power supply unit is a disaster. The pre-installed fans are average at best. They run at 1200 RPM, which is not the fastest. And these fans are not ARGB, these are only RGB. And I think I wouldn't mind if they would have been a little brighter. But overall, I really like this case for everything it offers, and I'm really proud of this purchase. So if you want a decent case as well for your custom PC, you can go ahead and buy this case. So I think that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more tech content. But until next time, stay indoors, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time.